What's going on? Oh, there we go.
What is happening, people?
What happening, folk? What
happening?
This is your weekly Monday episode of Just Kicking It with Just Kstylz. We appreciate y'all joining us this evening. But before I introduce the fam and give the shout outs, I want to give a small congratulatory to the family to my right. Jew Talk Sports. Y'all wonder why we celebrating? Because Jew just hit a milestone today.
Yeah. What is that, Kstylz? What is that?
1,000 subscribers.
Yeah. Woo. Now, before you give your congratulations speech, I got to get you an award, Jew Talk. Okay. Now we budgeting over here, so of course I couldn't get you a plaque or nothing like that. So I'm just go ahead and get you, what I could scrounge up from the garage and basement. But 1 second, go ahead and pull this up for y'all guys. All right. Big up to you.
We can't see shit.
It's in the background. My bad, people. My bad.
Hey, we ain't experts. I told y'all we not experts.
Hey. This is a blooper part of the show. We got to leave that every show.
I'm telling you, we broke. We had to fire our sound man. So that's kind of what happened. He had to go.
Hey, look, everybody done had one. I done had about 17 of these things by now, so I ain't nothing to it.
All right, let's try this again. So we're gonna go ahead and give Jew Talk Sports his award because we broke, bro. Yes.
Oh, not the school that. Oh, wow.
Boy, the participants award. Did you say school matter?
Doesn't matter.
Boy, she gave him that old honor roll damn ribbon.
Oh,
that cost us $1 at the Dollar General. What it is. So.
$1. They look like that. They look like you got that for free.
Hey, man.
All right. But like I said, Jew, on behalf of the AFN family and everybody in the chat, congratulations on hitting that milestone. Now you get paid.
Yeah. Now you can preach. You can do your speech now. We had to take up some time.
Go ahead, G.
Hey, I just want to thank hold on.
No, I gotta interrupt you. You after I say this, yeah, you gonna go. All right, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. All right, look, man, everybody, let me do my thing, woman. Let me do my thing. All right, look, everybody. What people don't know about your boy, man, Mike and Jew, is that Jew. I say this all the time. Jew is my favorite since the beginning. It's been about 1.5 years or so, probably that. Jew is my favorite YouTuber. This dude is intelligent. I strive to be more and more like Jew because when he comes, man, he made me up my game. And once Maggie and I decided that we wanted to make AFN a real thing, Jew was our first recruit. And he allowed us the opportunity to just grace this platform with his presence because, like I said, I think Jew is brilliant. Man. Like I said, you go in this content, man, you're not going to get 5 minutes of bull crap. You're going to get 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes of nothing but straight facts. And that's the way Jew is, man. So like AFN would not be anything without Jew, man. So I thank you, Jew, for allowing us to just, bring you along here on AFN. 1K. You're finally there, bro. How you feeling?
Hey, I'm feeling good, man. I just want to thank my AFN family. First off, as we always say, giving honor to God. We're gonna go there, but hey, I just thank y'all for giving me the platform, man. Without Maggie, without Miss Maggie, without Mad Bite being mentors, telling me, just stay consistent. All of you guys in the chat, as we always say, Atlanta Falcons Nation is not just us, but it's the fans. Kstylz always says that at pretty much every episode, like you guys just continuing to leave comments, encouraging me, even when like I wasn't seeing the views that I wanted in the beginning. Even when I was like just grinding, trying to get to 1,000, grinding, everybody just continuing to encourage me in the chat, in my comment section, even the ones that try to talk, come in the comment section and had a negative things to say. I just appreciate you guys for continuing to motivate me. Like getting to 1,000, now it's just going to continue to have me grind even more. Like getting to 1,000 was just the first milestone. This is just a stepping stone. But I really want to thank Maggie, Miss Maggie, and Mad Mike, because AFN is like their baby, was their vision, and they just brought me on board. So I feel kind of like the Avengers when they said recruit. Hey, AFN is looking for the best of the best. So if you out there, you know your stuff. Look, they'll bring you on too. Like I was just doing my own little thing, and it takes a team. Like they talked about, let's build this team. Let's have this vision to make Atlanta Falcons Nation, to give us our own platform, because we know as the Atlanta Falcons, ESPN, Fox Sports 1, they don't give us our due credit. Every time they show us, it's always something negative. So we wanted to give our fans the real, the stats, the truth, the facts. We want to give you guys the real, because ESPN doesn't keep it real when it comes to the Falcons. The media doesn't keep it real. Even Atlanta's media, they don't keep it real. So we have to give you guys the facts, the stats. They just have the narratives. We're going to give you the real. So if you want the raw and uncut and just the straight facts and the truth, that's what we're here to give you. We try to entertain you guys to the best of our ability, but we try to do it with giving you guys the truth. So I appreciate everybody on this team, not just Miss Maggie, not just Mad Mike, but Kstylz. Like all of the whole team keeps me on my game. Twisted Torch, all of the guys that we have are brilliant. When Mike says that I'm his favorite YouTuber, hey, I'm humble. Every time he says that, man, I'm humble, because Mike is one of the reasons I'm doing this. Like I was a subscriber in the comment section, just like the ones that are in here in our comment section, day in and day out. I didn't even have a channel. Mad Mike was one of the first YouTubers that I actually discovered just watching, and he knew his stuff. And I was just a fan. Like for years, I was just following Mad Mike. I didn't even have a channel. So he motivated me to even start my own channel. So anybody that's out there aspiring to do something, have a YouTube channel, all you need is a cell phone, hit play, and put your opinions out there, put your, your facts out there, do your research. That's all I would say. If you want to be a content creator, do your research. Do your research. But I just don't want to hold up, any more time. I just appreciate each and every one of you guys. The fans out there, we appreciate y'all. Y'all keep coming at us, keep giving us ideas. And also, if, like I said, if you aspire to be a YouTuber or a content creator, you can do it. If we can do it, as we say, we're not professionals. We just have the passion. We just love the Atlanta Falcons. At the end of the day, I have a day job, just like you guys have a day job. Hopefully one day doing this right here will be our only job. But for right now, we grinding just like y'all grinding on a day-to-day, everyday basis. But I really appreciate Atlanta Falcons Nation. Appreciate Kstylz, who's the star of the show, for allowing me to come on. Kstylz always say he the sixth man, but he the star of the show at the end of the day.
He's the star. No, he did. I should have known.
Got your outro and everything.
No. What he is, that's coming to a
This not a Wakanda drum. This is an AFN drum. Wakanda's fictional. This is
and before the crew, before y'all go any further, I almost forgot. I also want to give honor to my wife, who gives me the time to do this. Because at the end of the day, guys, I'm a family man. I'm a husband first. I'm a father first. So when y'all don't see me up here, I'm taking care of home. So I love doing this with you guys, but it's my wife that gives me the ability. When I first joined with Maggie and Mad Mike, my wife was look. They had to get through Boss Lady first, and that's the wife. She basically told them
a whole speech. Oh,
Yeah,
boy,
she gave him the whole
she got
rundown.
Woo,
Yeah, man.
boy.
So
There
as
you
they
go.
said, behind every good man is a great woman, and that's nothing but the truth. A strong black woman. So I love you, babe. That's Teacher Red right there. That's babe right there.
All right, we're gonna cut that up. Send your plaque with with that clip to your wife.
You're gonna get a virtual plaque of your acceptance. You're just gonna put Atlanta Falcon Nation around everything and just put. Now we're gonna put you around everything. Put Atlanta Falcon Nation in the back burner.
We're gonna
you gonna treat my baby right. You gonna treat my baby right.
All right. But like I said, we show appreciation for Jew and what he's done for us. Like I said, get back to the introduction. Like I said, I'm your host. If you ain't know by now, you gonna know today. It's your boy Just Kstylz, aka the sixth man, the enigma, whatever you want to call it.
The star.
I could be a star. Whatever. Hey, damn it, I am the damn star. Fuck it, I say that. But I'm the star that assists. I'm the assist.
Really?
Yes.
Up here trying to be John Stockton, man. Get out of here with that,
Man, please. Hey, John Stockton was a defensive genius, so hey, I'll take it. If y'all don't look above me, y'all know this guy right here. You love to hate him and you hate to love him. Mr. Mad Mike Sports. The man scientist.
Hey, man. Yes, sir.
And to his right, you see that lady right there. This is the first lady of AFN, which means if you mess with her, the folks in the comment will bust your ass. And you will too. And that's
yes. Oh, yes.
T.
Appreciate that, Kstylz.
The first lady.
That's right. That's right.
How are we doing this afternoon, people? And before we get to that, let's go ahead and shout out some of the folks that's already in here. Because I see they got a whole conversation going on. Wait, I ain't even get a chance to see who's up in here. We got the Nation up in here, Atlanta Nation in this thing. Miss Asia Green in here. We got the alphabet A B C D E F G H I J K L M N.
Dang. No. They just called him A to Z. That's the I ain't doing all that.
Ayo, we gonna call him Ayo, like Ayo, the L1 for Ayo. We got Sports 101. We got ATM 05 in the building. We got Dalqualion Denning. I hope I said that right, homie. I ain't mean to butcher your name if I did. Desmond Capel in here. Fred Moore. Hey, you got Devin in here. You already know Reggie in this thing too. And Fred. I think I said Myron Jackson. But we're gonna go ahead and get to this show. Like I said, make sure y'all thumbs up. Make sure y'all share all this video, and not only just on Mad Mike Sports, but on Jew Talk Sports, Atlanta Falcon Nation, and your boy Just Kstylz. And hey, we got a $20 super chat already.
Oh man, Popeye's boxes around people.
But damn, man, with that $20, you can get a KFC family meal.
Oh,
that's not including tax though.
Oh well, yeah, that is true. Yeah, but PB Bless came with a 20 spot. I ain't even got a thing to say for that. Just say 20. 20 spot.
Congrats, Jew, on getting the 1K AFN for the consistency with great content. Love you guys. Falcons for life. Absolutely.
Man.
Oh, they got their STEMI money. Yes. People is balling.
Oh man, yeah. The stimulus money is a mud, boy. You go to Walmart right now, boy. It's like an anthill in there.
That's why I stay out of it.
Exactly. Herbert Dustin said $4 $5 boxes.
Yes. We about to feed today. Thanks, Jew. Feeding the family.
Exactly. We got okay, so how we doing? We doing okay this afternoon. Everybody just chilling. This weather change kicking somebody's ass because it caught me off guard.
I don't even know. I just go with it. It's cold, it's hot, it's cold, it's hot. It is what it is.
What you got on the show today, Kstylz? What we talking about today?
Okay, so what we're going to be talking about, the main topic of tonight's show is definitely we're going to be talking about the Atlanta Falcons free agency move so far. Like, what grade do y'all give it? Are y'all disappointed? Or y'all not surprised? Or is it like a what the fuck? Because I know some people looking at it like, who the hell is these guys? Why are we signing these bums? I've seen it. First thing I kept telling them, we ain't got no damn money for no high tier free agent. So you better deal with it.
Okay. We're making a sprinkle. We're not making a splash. Just a little sprinkle.
Exactly. You make it. Oh yeah. Before we get to the topic, did you hear about the next versus battle that might be coming up?
What's that?
Oh yes. Oh man, I can't see it.
Fire.
Oh yes.
Isley brothers.
Oh yes.
Come on, man. Come on. You can't beat that. You can't beat
Boy,
that.
there's gonna be some babies made on that show. I didn't want to get that one out the way. And don't forget the Red Man and Method Man. So if you blunt smokers, you about to have a ball with that one too.
Those two are my favorite, man. I love those two.
Exactly.
See some comments. I'm seeing some C grades, some A- seals.
Oh, yeah, okay. I see. Yep, A-. We got Atlanta Nation said he's not surprised. Devon Stanford said he's surprised we signed 2 free agents. Marco Palapano says got an A+. Atlanta Nation said, did we see the Senior Bowl offensive line versus defensive line or corners versus wide receiver? I think Thomas Dimitroff then got us all Senior Bowled out, to be honest with you. No, let me take that back. Smithers got us Senior Bowled out.
Smithers, okay? You got it wrong. Smithers, all right?
But
I'm going to say it like this.
Yeah. But I will say, Mike, I saw your boy Andre Cisco and his drills. That boy gonna be a problem in the NFL because he can play man coverage too.
That dude is amazing, man. He can move around like he moves around like a corner, man. He got some of that Ed Reed trait in him.
Right.
Like he's just always around the ball. He's quick. What I like most about him is that he sees and he acknowledges his awareness. Not so much awareness, but he sees things fast. He processes information fast, and that's what you need as a safety being able. You got to be the quarterback. It's a lot like the quarterback. You got to process information fast, and that's what he does well. So I think if the Falcons, and I'm gonna say this, and this is probably was the 18-minute mark? 18-minute mark. All right, I can go back and cut this up. I want to make this. This is my prediction with the Atlanta Falcons. What I would do is trade down to at least below the 10th spot. I would trade down, get another first-round pick, a second-round pick, and with the 10 through 15 spot, I'm drafting Andre Cisco. I believe he's a star. That dude is a freaking star. He is a problem. I've been watching his film. He processes information so freaking fast. It's unbelievable to look at the things that he can do at safety. He moves like a corner. That's what you need at free safety. This is the reason why I said what I said about Ricardo Allen. I love Ricardo Allen to death, but he's slow. He's slow. He's slow athletically, and he's slow to process. You don't need that. Cisco is a damn problem, and like I said, I'm taking him. A lot of people had a problem with the Falcons taking Keanu Neal with the 17th pick. I'm doing the exact same thing for Cisco.
That makes sense.
That's my bold prediction. That's my bold prediction. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking Cisco at least below 10.
I like that. But I want to get back to what Bruce Wayne was talking about as far as the Eric Harris signing, talking about he was like a former Saint and stuff like that. I've seen him. Like I said, he is a good stopgap free safety if you're going to go down that Andre Cisco route.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, he has starter experience. So that's what you're going to need right now. You need guys that have starter experience. Because if you try to go into this thing and getting some guys that don't have starter experience, that's a 50-50 proposition right there for us. So we got a lot of C's, we got some B's, we got some A's. Whatchamacallit, I saw one that made me laugh. It was I'm gonna get back to it. Somebody gave it a WTF plus.
Yeah, I seen that.
You got some sauce rolls. There you go. Get cleaned up with the WTF plus. But so Mike, no, you know what, Drew, since you the man right now, the 1K shouty, we're gonna let you start off with this one. 1K shouty. How do you feel about the Falcons moves and free agency so far?
I'm gonna give it a C because it's a passing grade, but we haven't had any big splashes, which the show we did right before free agency started about 2 weeks ago when I was on with you guys, I basically stated that we weren't going to see any splash signings because we don't have no money. Like at the time, we were still over the cap. Like we barely got under the cap, and that was with the restructures of Matt Ryan, restructures of Dante Fowler to get under the cap. But once we got under the cap, we still didn't really have, still didn't really have any money. So we kind of had to go out and get guys that play a role, which I think is the right move because a lot of the guys that we let go were just role players. Like we freaking out about Ricardo Allen. We're freaking out about, the guys that we let go. The guys that were let go were just role players. The Allen Baileys, the Carpenters. So we basically just bringing in the guys to replace those guys. So I wasn't expecting any splash signings. I do like the Eric Harris signing, and I did a whole video on him and Brandon Copeland because I believe those guys will be able to come in and play a role and add depth to the team. A guy like Eric Harris at that safety position, he'll be able to come in as a vet. He knows the system as far as Dean Pease. He has some familiarity with Terry Fontenot because he was on the Saints. I heard somebody talking about in the chat that he was a former Saints player. I really don't care what team he played for. As long as he can come in and produce for us, I don't care. My biggest problem with Tyler Davidson is he hasn't lived up to the contract coming over from the Saints. Another guy that we were talking about was Marcus Williams that they decided to franchise tag, the young safety for the Saints. So, like I said before, I think Eric Harris is going to be a solid signing. I also think that Brandon Copeland, he's just going to be a role player. He's going to be a guy that's going to come in and be a depth piece. He's not going to be a starter, of course. He'll be like a Jacob Tuioti Mariner. He'll be like a John Kaminsky. But I feel like you need as many fresh bodies as possible is what I talked about on my video that I did on these guys. Like we know that in the NFL, injuries are the inevitable. Injuries are going to happen. It just a matter of time before those injuries happen. So you need guys that can, when we say next man up, you need solid depth players that can come in and play a role. You don't need a bunch of stars. Like I think a lot of our Falcons fans, they fail to realize like you don't build your team through free agency. You build it through the draft. Like Mike was talking about, filling that free safety or strong safety spot with Andre Cisco, Richie Grant, the guys we talked about, Paris Ford, all of those safeties that are in this draft, Trevon Merrick out of TCU. It's guys in this draft that can come in and play that role, and they can do it on the cheap. Like a lot of times we don't talk about that either. If we would have tried to bring in the one guy like from the Denver Broncos, Simmons, he just got the bag. I think he got like $66 million or something like that. Like when you go out and get those guys, you're gonna have to pay that. You're gonna have to pay the money if you want to get the best players. So which would you rather do? Pay top dollar for these guys or bring in somebody in the draft that may be their equal? Because you never know. Cisco could come in and be one of the best safeties in the league, even as a rookie. We've seen in 2016 our rookies come right in and play. Deion Jones, Devondre Campbell, Keanu Neal before the injuries came in and was a Pro Bowler. So a lot of the times you can get guys right out of the draft if you know how to scout. If you pick the right players, you can get guys to come in and be role players and come in and fit your system. It's all about drafting the right guys. And we've seen over the last couple of years, Thomas Dimitroff, he just didn't pick the right players. Like how many first round picks we see that they didn't pan out because they weren't used correctly? Pat McKinley was a bad pick. Vic Beasley, from my estimations, was a good pick. He just didn't pan out because he wasn't used the correct way. So it's about getting guys that fit your scheme. And I think one thing that Dean Pease, Terry Fontenot, and Arthur Smith understand is how to go out and get guys that fit the scheme that we're running. So as long as you got guys that fit your scheme and you know what you're doing, like you know how to use the guys that you go out and get, we'll be fine. Like the star players to me are already on the team. Like we're looking for the big splash signings, but I keep telling people we got Deion Jones on the contract. He's a star. We got Grady Jarrett. He's a star. You don't need a whole bunch of stars. You just need those ancillary pieces that can come in and help the stars do their job better. So we need to go in this draft, get a running mate from Grady Jarrett, get a running mate for some of these guys on the front end, get Deion Jones some help. Like I wouldn't mind bringing in another linebacker. Like we were talking about Michael Parsons. It's guys in this draft that can complement what we already do. But you don't need to bring in a star. We don't need any stars. Now, as far as the safety goes, okay, I'm cool with that. But I feel like the stars on this team. AJ Terrell's going to be a star. Deion Jones and Grady Jarrett are already stars. And Foye Oluokan's a star. And then we've seen already Michael Walker coming into his own. So we got players on this squad. It's all about just going in and getting those ancillary pieces. And that's what they're doing in free agency. They're bringing in veterans that understand the system and that can play the system. That's basically what we're doing currently. So I give it a C, and we got to wait and see to see how it plays out. But being that it was no splash signings, I'll say give it a solid C because we already knew we didn't have the money to go out and get the A+ or the guys that were going to be splash signings. We don't have the money.
All right. Before I get the mic, let's go and get to this new drop $2 super chat. $2. Talk about rise up to AFN, stay blessed. Hey, man, we trying, man. Like I said, I hope you blessed as well. I hope everybody's having blessed days and everybody doing what they got to do out here in these streets. That's all I got to say. Let's get into a couple of these before we get the mic. I saw this one that kind of intrigued me. It said Jerome 69 1116. He says, what do y'all think about that 4.40 that Kyle Pitts ran?
Kyle Pitts is a freak, man. That dude's a freak. I did a video on him today. He a freak.
I already got one in my repertoire too. He's a freak, but at the same time, man, that's gonna be a luxury pick right there. I mean, because you're gonna need starters on that defense, so that's gonna be like the number one thing. Unless you could trade down and get them later, which I don't see that happening.
I like this, man. Go ahead.
I do too. Alex Edwards said, he said Jalen Phillips is the guy if we could trade down. The only issue that I see with Jalen Phillips is a lot of people don't talk about is he has a heavy concussion history. He has a concussion history. So that's gonna be a chance right there.
That's always strike two in the NFL. NFL don't play with concussions, dog. But so that's you already on strike two. If not strike one, strike two in the NFL. You have like when you come in with head injuries, like you know how they are with the concussion protocol already. Like you got to make sure that you got to go through an entire protocol, a history. Like you got to go through like you going through the damn White House. Like look, you got to go through anything. You got to go through everything to get past them guys. Like they don't play with that stuff now. So I don't like it.
I don't know. I kind of feel like his stock is going to drop just because of that alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hopefully we can steal him, Kstylz. Maybe he falls to like the second round. Because like I basically talked about what I would do is go get his running mate out of Miami. I would go get Greg Rousseau first because he has that 6'7", 6'6". He has that ability, man. He's just a freak athlete, like freak, God-given talent. You can't teach that size. I mean, I'll take a chance. Like they saying that he's a guy that you got to work with, but I trust Dean Pease. I believe that staff will be able to get him, into shape and get him, teach him pass rush moves and things of that nature. But you can't teach 6'6", 6'7". You can't teach that size, man. So I would take Greg Rousseau first, and then maybe if Jalen Phillips ends up falling, I would take both of them guys if we have a chance to do it, especially if we trade down and we got numerous picks, because at the end of the day, we got to realize we're not going to be able to just go in the draft and get one edge rusher and be good. We learned that with Tat McKinley and Vic Beasley. We relied on those two guys. We need to bring in as many bodies as possible, and we need to bring in competition. Because to be honest, one of those guys could really be a replacement for Dante Fowler. And that might be a hot take, but y'all know I love Dante Fowler. But if he doesn't, this kind of is a proven year for Dante Fowler. If he doesn't do what he needs to do this year, he could be out the door next year. And if we go out and, bring in more competition for him at that edge role, he could be on his way out of here. And we could save a lot of money that way as well. So that could be one of the ways we save cap as well in the future or down the road, end up cutting Dante Fowler and then using these young guys if these guys pan out.
Okay. I will hit this one more comment, then we're going to let Mike get to us. I thought this was pretty funny right here. Dr. I'm Quit said Falcons drafting Vanderbilt kicker Sarah Fuller. That was a promotional stunt by Vanderbilt.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember that was the female kicker that everybody on Twitter was roasting. She couldn't kick 20 yards. Yeah. Yeah, that's if you trying to make a social justice damn statement right there.
Well, you gotta make sure you can kick.
Exactly. All right, so Mike, go ahead. Tell us what your thoughts on the free agency so far, man.
People might think I'm crazy, but they already think I'm crazy as hell anyway. So I don't really give a dang. But I think that actually it's an A+. And why? They're not out here doing dumb stuff just because they fans want them to do it. They're actually taking their time and then doing the right thing and spending their money the proper way. The Falcons can go out and restructure contracts all they want to. The Falcons, they can restructure contracts with Dion and Greg Jarrett, Julio Jones, and they can get up at the very least about $20 million. They're not doing that. They're taking their time. They're actually building the team in the right way. They're valuing the players on the roster. They know the type of coaching style that they have. They have a vision, and they're sticking to it. They're not out here spending money like the Patriots, because the Patriots are mad because of Tom Brady. Like when you do things, I think you always said, when you do things out of your feelings and emotions, that's when the Falcons, that's when you make a lot of mistakes. So the Falcons are not out here spending money because, we were 4-12 last year. A lot of teams make that mistake. They get emotional. When it comes down to, hiring a coach. They hire a coach because everybody wants this coach, and they don't actually have a clear vision of where they're going. And it's something that the Falcons have done in the past. They got emotional when they actually had Rex Ryan in the bag, but they got emotional. They didn't see the thing through. They didn't want that. At the time, it was a controversy whether or not he had all this off the field stuff, and they got way too emotional with that, and the Falcons did not bring the right guy in. They ended up bringing in Dan Quinn, and Dan Quinn had a good second year, but when you look at his tenure as an Atlanta Falcon, he failed. Even in his best year, he failed. The defense wasn't that great, even in our Super Bowl year. So he failed. So the Falcons are making the necessary moves, and sometimes the smartest move is not doing nothing at all. Mm-hmm. Sometimes the smartest move, let me say that again. Sometimes the smartest move is not doing anything at all. Staying put. You have Julio, you have Matt Ryan, Calvin Ridley, Hayden Hurst. You got two rookie right tackle, right guards who are pros to be, who a lot of people think these guys are going to be future Pro Bowlers. You got Jake Matthews, who is a Pro Bowler. Those are 6 quality players on one side of the ball. You don't have to go out and spend money on people just because they're free agents. The defense. How many teams in the NFL on the defense side of the ball that you know that has a Grady Jarrett, the second best defensive tackle in the league? Deion Jones is arguably a top 5, a top 3 middle linebacker in the league. How many teams can say that? And we have a young stud in AJ Terrell. Not many people can say that. So the Falcons have pieces, and sometimes, like I said, sometimes the best move is to stay packed and don't panic. And this is why I say they are doing exactly what we've been saying. The Falcons have to build their team the proper way. They're getting back to what is best for them. Running the ball, playing defense, building a team the right way, letting go of guys like Keanu Neal who are injury prone. I love him to death, but he's injury prone. Let's be real. Ricardo Allen, again, he's not a free safety. He was never a free safety. Letting guys like Robert Alford, Devondre Campbell, those guys were not good pieces for this team. That's why they're gone. So right now, they're building the team the proper way. And sometimes, like I said before, sometimes you got to sit back and do things the right way and just build through the draft. And they're doing the proper way. They're doing the proper thing by bringing guys in like Eric Harris, who's just a solid player. That's what you're going to get. Solid.
Okay. Let's get before I give my take on this. Herbert Dunson said Rex Ryan low-key ruined the Jets. I don't think he did.
How you going? He took in the 2 AFC championship games.
Go to Mark Sanchez to be the franchise. That wasn't what we do.
You took them to 2 AFC championships. How you gonna ruin the team taking them 2 AFC championships?
With Mark Sanchez as a quarterback.
And what Mark Sanchez, Mr. Butt Farmer himself? What they do that at?
Hold on. Mr. I Am Quick says, he said 87 people in here and only 27 likes. Hey, man, y'all go ahead and hit that like button, man. We try to get in the algorithm in this thing. But hit that thing up there.
Yes, sir. Hit that like button, man.
We appreciate you coming through. Exactly. Reginald Banks said the Cowboys are pissed they signed Keanu Neal.
Oh, you right about that. Oh,
I heard. They say they moving him to a weak side linebacker too.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna see how that works out. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know about that. They say they secondary is already suspect as it is. Hell, they front damn 7 is already suspect. But I'm gonna get to this point, like you said, with the Dan Quinn thing. You do like I said, a lot of folks don't realize that when Dan Quinn was here, we started 0-5 in 4 seasons. Four of his 6 seasons he was here, I think that's the number right. We started off at least 0-5 or had some kind of 5-game losing streak in every year that he's had. Even that Super Bowl year, we was damn near on a 5-game losing streak that year.
Mm-hmm. We got on the run. Yep.
Yeah.
Because of the offense. Because of Matt Ryan. All because of Matt Ryan and that offense.
Oh, man. But I see everybody.
I got the tea, so I'm sipping the tea.
You sipping the tea? Oh man, he got the tea over there. He's sipping. So I'm gonna give my grade on this, and I'm gonna kind of ride with you on this, but I'm gonna do it a little bit lower. I'm gonna give it a C-. Only because you can only do with as much as you can. But like Mike said, sometimes the best thing to do is to do nothing. You have to remember this team was 0-8 in games by 6 points or less. The point differential throughout the whole season was less than 1 point. So it ain't like you're getting blown out. You don't need too many pieces. You need key pieces as far as starters on defense. You need a pass rush and you need to run the ball. Like I said, they got good quality guys. Because the thing, see, we have to look at it like this. Free agency, and I said this before, free agency is a luxury. The draft is a necessity.
Great.
All good teams are built through the draft. They're not built through free agency. Like I said, if you get a splash player here and there, that's good. But that's only if you're in a position to where that's a luxury. See, like I said, we ain't got the money. But from seeing what Eric Harris is and Copeland, like you said, you have quality guys here. Like you said, Copeland might not be a starter, but he's a
guy that was he was a 5 sacks is just good. Like Tack didn't even have 5 sacks last year.
That's what I'm saying.
This guy got 5-6 as a limited pass rush in a 3-4 scheme, which is essentially a outside linebacker. He got 5 sacks in that role. So if he can give us that, like that instantly make this team a much better team.
Yeah. And like I said, Eric Harris, he got ball skills. Like I said, he's aggressive at times, but at least he's not gonna be late on plays. Like you can play aggressive, but you have to have range too.
Oh, Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you. Oh, my goodness.
I'm coming to join you.
Every time I see Ricardo out and late. Oh, Elizabeth. Him and KZ, they're always late.
Mr. Doctor, I'm quack. My bad. I just looked at it quick, so I thought it was quick. My bad. It's Dr. I am quack. All right, I'm gonna get it better next time. We still learning around here. We still learning.
I told you we ain't experts, man.
Exactly. So yeah, like I said, they did necessarily. Like I said, you want to build the depth now. They have to build depth. If you ain't got that much money, you're building for depth. Because you do not want to be wasting all your money on free agency and then you really can't draft nobody. You have to have a budget for the draft and you have to have a budget for free agency. So we might get, like I said, we might get another backup player, but think about it like this. The less money you spend in free agency, like I said, then them guys at number 4 you might be able to get. Or they may trade down and you'll still have the luxury of getting more players with that same amount of money you would get in that number 4. So the C- is only just for the names of the players, but the situation wise, it's understandable. And like I said, that's a good thing. Because there's been plenty of times when folks had A+ damn free agencies and that team ain't do shit. Eagles, Giants,
Cowboys, San Francisco.
Well, you might need to check up. You sound sick over there, Mike. Right. So like I said, you just have to be paid. This is part of the process of a new genre, a new regime. Like I said, they're not, like I said, if it's there for them, they'll take it. But if it's not there, they're not taking chances. So yeah, like Eric McDowell Jr. said here, we have to build through the draft, starting in the trenches. Yes. Let's see. We got some more comments here. Reginald Banks said need to get hyped for the Hawks game tonight and don't trade John Collins. Man, everybody want our players now. Ain't that about a bitch?
Oh, we thought no. Everybody always talk all the trash about Atlanta, but everybody want our players.
Yeah, when you win, that's when they want you. When you lose, they don't want nothing.
They 4th in the East now. They're 4th in the East, bro. 4th in the East.
Right.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
Hold on. Nate has done a great job, man.
Hey, remember what I said. I said before the season start. What did I say? I said Nate McMillan was the most underrated hire that the Hawks had did this year.
Yes, he did.
All right. Reggie C2K said Stephen A. Smith needs to stick to basketball. Man, we don't pay attention to his ass. After he threw our jersey in the garbage on national TV, we don't fuck with him. We don't pay attention to his ass.
Look, he need to worry about damn New York Giants and them sorry ass New York Jets, which he's not a fan of, but he want to talk about everybody else team, but you don't even like your own hometown team. Shut your ass up. How the hell you gonna tell us about our team something? You don't even like your own damn home team. The hell kind of mess that is? Yeah, Pittsburgh's still a fan. Talking about everybody else team. Cowboy fans and Cowboys fans like this. Dude, you don't even like your own. Like I said, I'm about to get into a whole.
I hear him talking about the Cowboys more than he do any other team. So yeah, he might. I think he a secret Cowboys fan, to be honest with you.
I think so too.
Because he damn sure talk way too much about the Cowboys for him not to be a fan of the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Myron Jackson said these guys on ESPN are not expert. Yes, we know. We got Mel Kiper Jr. talking about he a draft expert. That motherfucker went and got his plaque from a bowl of Cheerios. This is the same guy that said that the Indianapolis Colts made a terrible pick by picking Marshall Faulk ahead of Trent Dilfer.
Oh yeah. I forgot. Oh my God. I forgot about it. Wow. Yeah, he said Trent Dilfer was going to be a star, and God, was he wrong?
Trent Dilfer was riding the wave of the defense that year. Even he'll tell you he wasn't that damn good. Devon Stephen said Stephen A. can kick rocks. We ain't thinking about him. Yeah, I know. Yeah. He's about as relevant talking about football as I'm relevant talking about fitness. So yeah. Oh man. We got a $4.99 super chat in the building.
Oh, 99.
Mark Godby came in with it saying, can Matt Hennessy replace Alex Mack at center? Do we have two needs on the O-line? Do we have two needs on the D-line? I think Matt Hennessy can take it out. Because if you watched him later in the season, once he started getting more playing time, he started getting comfortable. His thing is more so trying to get the cadences down with Matt Ryan. So they need more time together once they start getting them cadences and start looking at the same thing. Like I said, he'll get there. Like I said, Alex Mack, he did it for a long time, but you saw the decline there. So that's just one of those cases where you needed to play the young guy to see what you had for the future. Now, two needs on the offensive line. I don't really see a need at center, but you definitely need a need at left guard. Because we had two of the worst left guards we could have had at the same time. Coming to join you again.
Drew, take this, man. Go ahead and take this thing, man.
Go ahead, take it, Drew.
I think you're right on it, Kstylz. Like Matt Hennessy, I think he's good. We don't have no need at center. He was I believe he was a center at Temple when we drafted him. So basically the plan was for him to take Alex Mack's spot in the future anyway. He just sat under him basically for a year. They knew that Alex Mack, and this is actually a good move that TD actually made. One of the good moves that he made when he was here was bringing in a guy like Hennessy to get ready for Alex Mack's departure, because he was talking about retirement, but now he ends up going to the 49ers. But I do think that Matt Hennessy just needs that time, like you were talking about with Matt Ryan, and he just needs game experience. You know what I'm saying? I think it was in the game against the Chiefs, if I'm not mistaken, where he was struggling in the first half, but then, who wouldn't struggle though against one of the best nose tackles in the game, big boy, number 95, Jones. He's one of the best in the game over there with the Kansas City Chiefs. So he gives everybody a hard time. But other than that, after, I'll say it in the second half, we seen him kind of get his legs up on him, his sea legs up under him, and he looked pretty good. So I think Matt Hennessy's going to be fine. We just need to solidify that left guard position. I think Hennessy will be fine in time. And another thing, I'm not worried about the O-line because our head coach is a former O-lineman. He played O-line. So I'm not worried about the O-line. If anything going to be better, the O-line is going to be better. I know that for sure because Arthur Smith understands. Like, if you go look at that Tennessee offensive line, they didn't have a ton of stars on that offensive line. They lost Taylor Lewan to injury, and they still helped Derrick Henry rush for over 2,000 yards. So that's coaching. And that's what I was talking about with Dirk Cutter. Like, it's all about teaching the O-line because I've seen numerous O-linemen for our team leave and actually have success. I went and watched some tape last year. Brian Baldinger, he does some great film breakdown on Twitter. I was watching one of his cut-ups last year. He was talking about Wes Schweitzer. And we remember when Wes Schweitzer was Atlanta Falcon. He pretty much sucked. But he was on the Washington football team last year. He was doing his thing. He was one of the guys that Brian Baldinger was actually highlighting. Wes Schweitzer at guard was doing his thing. But that's because Ron Rivera and that offensive line coach that he had with him, they understand the physicality of the offensive line. They understand how to teach offensive line. Everybody has to move as one. So that's the only thing that I'm kind of nervous about with Alex Mack leaving is them guys learning how to gel together. But I'm not too concerned because when you have a coach that played that position, you might as well say he's a specialist when it comes to teaching offensive line. Arthur Smith's going to have those guys humming up front. And he's talked about it when he first came in. The first thing he said in his interview, we're going to be physical. We're going to be physical up front. That was one of the first things he said. So we know we're going to have some big boys up front that's going to be doing their thing. I won't be surprised to see Gono. Gono might be one of them guys that he might slide into that guard spot because we know Gono is physical. That dude's a dog. So if we don't draft somebody at that guard spot, it won't surprise me to see them plug Gono in at that left guard and maybe just bring in another guy that can be that swing tackle. But we have like I said, we have the talent on this team and we have the coaches. We've been talking about this. Coaching is paramount. It's not always about having the best players. It's about being able to coach guys up because with the salary cap, nobody has the best players. The NFL, the talent is spread around. They do a good job. That's the reason we have a salary cap because back in the early days, teams could just pay all the best players. People want to know why the Dallas Cowboys had that dynasty because they had the most money, and back then it was no salary cap. So Jerry Jones can go out and pay a Deion Sanders. He can go pay top dollar for the best players. But now with this salary cap, basically it's parity in the league. That's why I keep telling people, like, don't look at what a team did last year because being at its parity, you just talked about it earlier in the showcase, Kstylz. Like, we barely lost a lot of games. Like, our point differential, we say 1 point, like the point differential was close. And I was like, we lost 8 games where we had the lead. So that just goes to show you, like, we had numerous games we could have won. A lot of games came down to one possession, and that's coaching. When you're losing games because of one possession, 2 possessions here and there, the ball not going your way, or not understanding that you need to pick up an onside kick, like, bruh, that's coaching. That has nothing to do with like skill, has nothing to do with talent. We know if you kick an onside kick to go get the ball. You learn that in Pee Wee football. So, I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like it's coaching. Coaching is paramount. We straight when it comes to the offensive line. Now, the defensive line, give me as many picks as possible for our defensive line in the trenches. Because to me, we don't have enough there. Like on the defensive line, to be real, we need all the help we can get. And that's the reason we keep saying move back, trade back, because we really don't need any more. We don't need anything else on offense other than maybe a running back. Other than the running back, we really don't need anything on the offensive end. We need defense badly. And it's not just on the defensive line. We need defensive line. We need another safety. So it's a lot that we need to do on the defensive side. So this draft better be defensive heavy. We don't need really offense. Anything we do on the offensive side is really a luxury at this point, unless it's the running back position, because we really don't have that number one running back. But other than that, that running back position and that left guard position on offense, we straight at wide receiver, we straight at tight end, unless we just decide that we want to, do that luxury shopping and go out and get like a Kyle Pitts. We don't need a player like that. Hayden Hurst is fine. He's good enough. He's a freak in himself. We didn't use him properly last year. So just to answer the question, No, we good on the offensive line. Other than that left guard, I think Hennessy can handle it. On defense, draft as many bodies as possible because we a match unit up front last year on that defensive line.
All right, we got a $9.99 super chat.
$9.99
from Kojak Nantucket. He said, "Hey Falcons Kinfo, what about trading down to Pittsburgh at around 24 and picking up Najee Harris?" Mike, I want you to go ahead and take that one. What you think about that?
Hell no. No. I'm gonna say it like this. Hell no. Why? Because how many times have we said this, and how many times I'm gonna say this? What happened to Saquon Barkley?
Injury.
What happened to Leonard Fournette?
Injuries,
and then went to play with Tom Brady and found his spin cycle 6 years later.
We've seen so many running backs taken in the first round have suffered injuries. And I'm not saying this is what's going to happen to Najee. I'm not paying running backs all this money. If it's $30 million, I'll pay you for 2-3 years max. I'm not going over that. I love Najee, but we've seen too many. We should have learned our lesson with paying running backs. Let me repeat this. We should have learned our lesson by taking running backs in the first round. Why? Not saying that Devontae Freeman was taken in the first round, but when we pay these running backs, you got to pay Najee Harris. He's going to get $20 to $30 million in the first round just for being drafted in the first round. Just the running back position is a premium position, just like the quarterback and receivers. Like those skill positions, you got to pay them top dollar. And the way running backs are getting injured these days with these high collisions and like, I'm sorry, I'm not spending the first round on a running back. He's a freak of nature. I think you can get a couple of backs to do what he does. What he does well is run the ball well. What he does well is catch the ball out of the backfield. I said Kenny Gainwell is probably the best running back in the draft right now as far as like catching the ball out of the backfield. He reminds me of Darren Sproles. What's the other running back in Chicago? I forget his name.
Tariq
Cohen. Like he reminds me of those running backs. Those guys are good with catching the ball out of the backfield. You can get 2 running backs in the 3rd or 4th round, sometimes even 6th, 7th round to get those types of backs. You know what I'm saying? Like we got, Jason Snelling, the dude wasn't even damn drafted. Jason Snelling wasn't even drafted, and we turned him into something. We got Brian Hill. Brian Hill was a 5th round pick, I believe, a 5th round pick, and we turned him into something. You don't need to spend a 1st round draft pick on running backs anymore. It's all about the system, it's all about the scheme, and it's all about play calling. And the way that coaches have developed mentally with technology, you can put these guys in position to catch the ball 40, 50 times. You can scheme 1,200 yards rushing with 3 running backs now. You don't need to have an Emmitt Smith or Barry Sanders anymore. The league has evolved. We don't need that anymore. So, hell no. To the no. To that question.
You said hell to the no. That's what he said.
Hell to the no.
Well, yeah. Like I said, plus is going to be one of the plus. Arthur Smith, they've already said that they're going to go running back by committee this year anyway. And a lot of people forget Quadri Olesen is he can be a monster if he plays. 2 years ago, he led this team in damn rushing touchdowns, and he didn't play that much. Damn, that's been an ongoing thing. We had last year Bleeding Ray Wilson, and he didn't play that much.
Yeah, he didn't play that much.
God, man, Farmer Friend, Smithers, Gilbert, Yeah, y'all asses is going for it. But yeah, like I said, we got a couple people that agree with you. You got folks saying that need pass rushers. You know, Alex Edwards, he's saying Jay Tufili in the second round. Like I said, that's a possibility.
Yeah, I think that's a possibility. Like I said before, man, it's. I just don't believe. Like I said, I just don't believe in. I just don't believe in paying running backs that. But I just don't believe in. You back Kstylz? I just don't believe in paying running backs like $20 million, especially early in their career, man. Like, I mean, look at Christian McCaffrey, man. That the injuries. I already knew that. I said that before it even got started good. As soon as I saw him leading them in rushing and receiver, I said, yeah, next year he'll be injured. And damn if it didn't happen. You can't do that in the league anymore. It's just the league is not gonna it's just not gonna work. It's just not gonna work.
And he led them in receiving, and they didn't have a receiving threat that was worth a damn. I mean, DJ Moore was okay, but like I said, he didn't really stand out like that.
Mm-hmm.
See, you can't be in the Marshall Faulk conversation because when Marshall Faulk did it at that time, remember he had Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt as well, so they could alleviate some of them hits off of him as well. Yeah, but. Like I said, we made definitely a lot of good points here, man. Like I said, this part right here, this is gonna be the Q&A portion from the people in the chat. Like I said, y'all get y'all questions coming up in here. Desmond Calvin, yeah, we know Goldberg played for Atlanta. I just watched the film a couple days ago. He had the mullet and everything. I see. Like I said, he was a kind of a plug and play defensive tackle, but he played okay. Just got injured. But he ain't Gilbert though. Like I said, you don't want Gilbert football tape, boy. Only football tape he got. Football. I guess Alex Edwards said, did you see his mock draft? Did y'all get a chance to check his mock draft?
Absolutely. I will post it in the community tab a little bit later. Yes, but we definitely did check it out.
Okay. Hey, they coming with the questions already, man. Like I said, we just gonna limit everybody's gonna get a question at a time here.
All right, cool.
Okay, so we got Prove It says, Mike, I'm gonna let you take it. He said, can we get a running back that can pass block?
I probably in the minority here, but I don't want no damn running back that's gonna pass block. Like I don't want running backs pass blocking anyway. I want them running the ball. 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 I want them running the ball, and I want them running the ball. So I don't give a damn. I don't want to see our running backs in pass protection. I don't.
Hold on. Let me move it on out the way so they can see.
Run the damn ball.
Run the damn ball.
That's it. I don't want my running backs in pass protection. We see too much. We see that in the Super Bowl, bro. I don't want to see that no more. I don't want to see that no more. I don't want to see running backs in pass protection.
The play that changed the whole Super Bowl, the Devontae Freeman worth the damn play. Yeah.
Run that damn ball. I don't want to see my running backs in pass protection. So hell no.
That's gonna be the theme of this tonight's show. Is hell no.
Hell no.
All right, Drew. I want you to take this one right here. Colin came with one. He said, "Do you guys think Ridley would demand as much money as Kenny Galladay when he becomes free agent?"
Yep. Calvin Ridley is one of those guys that he gonna get the bag when it's time to get paid, and that's what we keep telling you guys. Don't get used to seeing him in Atlanta Falcons jersey. Now, I love Calvin Ridley. Don't get me wrong. I think he deserves another contract when it's time to get paid, but it just depends on the situation. Like, if it comes down, I seen y'all last show, I think it was Friday, where someone said, when it comes down to paying him or paying a 4-year Luakon, who you paying? And if it was me and it's Calvin Ridley out there or it's a 4-year Luakon on the table, it all depends, because last year, Foye was playing like a Pro Bowler. And we know we need as much help on our defense as possible. So I've seen Matt Ryan make Harry Douglas a 1,000-yard receiver. No disrespect. Woo. Calvin Ridley's great, but Matt Ryan has proven he doesn't need top talent. We seen Mohamed Sanu before he got here. We went to a Super Bowl with Julio and Mohamed Sanu as the top 2 pass catchers. So we don't need. That's it. We don't need Calvin Ridley. Don't get it twisted. We don't need him. So when it's time for his contract, he better come correct. Yeah, he is one of the best, young wide receivers out there, but he also better, get used to being hit, because when it's time to get paid, trust me, those owners and Terry Fontenot, they're gonna turn on that tape. Like, look, dog, you don't do what some of these guys like Kenny Galladay ain't scared to get hit. They ain't doing the cha-cha slide. They ain't running backwards. Them guys is, hey, I'm just being
Slide
real.
to the right. One hop this time.
Hey, look, they gonna bring all of that up, dog. When it's time to get paid, they bring up all of that. They bring up your injury history. They bring up your drops. They do all of that. So Calvin Ridley better be on his best behavior, dog, because if he want to get that bag, look, they're gonna make him earn it. Now, I love Calvin Ridley. I think he could be a number 1 wide receiver, but it's some things that he has to tweak in his game. He has to be willing to block. He has to be, because Julio's not gonna play forever. Let's just keep it real. Julio ain't gonna play forever. He's gonna be, if he want to be that next guy, he gotta prove that he can do pretty much everything Julio can do, and that's tough, because Julio, just off of his size, Julio is one of those guys. He ain't scared to go across the middle. Julio come down and block your defensive end. Like, Julio don't come out like
he did the Hendricks. You see when he did the Hendricks against the Saints? He put that man on his butt.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to be willing to do all of that. And Arthur Smith, the way that he uses his wide receivers, you have to be willing to do that dirty work. And that's what I'm talking about, where I did my video earlier today. Y'all go check it out about Kyle Pitts. It's like, Kyle Pitts is dang near a receiver. If you go watch his tape, he's a wide receiver. He's not a tight end. He's a wide receiver. He's not lined. Like, if you go look, he's never really lined up on the line of scrimmage. He's always split out, whether he's outside, like a true wide receiver, or whether he's in the slot. So if we do take him, I wouldn't be surprised if he plays like a wide receiver role. So if you can get him on a rookie deal, Calvin Ridley definitely could be on his way out of Atlanta. I hate to say it, but if we get a guy like Kyle Pitts, you don't really need two, 3, 4 guys that can catch the ball. Because to be real, he can get, if we get a Kyle Pitts, he can have 1,000 yards in the season. If you go watch his tape, that dude can get you 1,000 yards, get you 10+ touchdowns in the season. So you won't even need a guy like Calvin Ridley. So it really just comes down to where we're at that point. Because, like I said, Ridley's replaceable. And I'm sorry to say it, but he's replaceable. I love Calvin Ridley. Just keep it real, because he has those holes in his game and he's not the biggest guy. He's had some foot injuries. Let's be real. He's had some foot injuries. Like, he might be on his way out. I mean, I would love to see Calvin Ridley here and, be a lifer, but he's going to have to definitely upgrade his game if he want to be here for the long haul. Because as much as we complain about Julio coming in and out of the game and stuff like that, if you go look at Julio's injury history, he really only had last season and that season that he broke his foot that he's missed a lot of games. Like, he always plays between 14 and 15 of the 16 games. So he misses like maybe 2 games out of a season. That's not bad. And he's a guy that can do everything. So I don't know, man. Calvin Ridley's one of those guys that he's going to have to ball out.
I tried to tell him.
Yeah.
I tried to tell him, Jew.
Calvin really has more yardage going sideways than he does going forward. Think about that for a second. But I'm gonna hit this comment. Quack came in a comment says, we need a blocking tight end. We got the mountain. We just traded for the mountain man on the team.
We got the mountain man from Buffalo.
Buffalo. Yeah, like I said, hey, he'll block. Like I said, that's all he said he wants to do. He just like blocking. You can feed him a pass here every now and then, but I trust him as a blocking tight end than I do Keith Smith.
What you're saying that Kstylz, I don't know why we don't use our tight ends in the backfield. Like they're talking about putting a running back there back to block. Put one of your tight ends back there and let them block somebody. Let a linebacker come screaming through and put that big boy back there with Matt Ryan just to protect. That's what I would do. Yeah, like I said, we got the lumberjack back there. Hell, y'all lined up Keith Smith in the damn slot and shit. Hell, you might as well put a tight end in the backfield.
But we got some enforcers, man. We need enforcers on the offense. That's one thing that we don't have. We don't have any enforcers. We didn't have enforcers on the offensive side of the ball. When Kyle Shanahan, this is probably one of the biggest, and I know Kevin gonna love this when I say this, but this is one of the reasons why the Falcons lost their edge. But when they let go of who? The fullback? Go ahead, Kstylz. You know his name.
Patrick DeMarco.
He was our enforcer on the offensive side of the ball. He knocked mother out when he was in there. You come screaming on the blitz, he knocking you the block out. That's what he's doing. We didn't have that last year. We don't have enforcers. Every side of the ball has to have enforcers. Believe it or not, even on special teams. The enforcer on special teams was who? Eric freaking Weems. Eric Weems used to blindside the heck out of people on special teams. He wasn't just a good returner. He was a great gunner. You need those enforcers on each side of the ball. The Falcons don't have that on the defense side of the ball. We wanted them Devondre Campbell, but
that sounds about right.
We wanted that. I'm sorry. I just got sad when I said Devondre Campbell. My bad.
But
Devondre Campbell was supposed to be our enforcer, and Tack was supposed to be enforcer, but Tweety Bird couldn't stay off Twitter, so you know how that went. We got all these fake tough guys on the damn defense side of the ball. Nobody did anything.
He said we had a bunch of chihuahuas on the damn field. I'm gonna go hit this question up. Devon asked me, he was like, are there any other defensive players that stick out to you in this year's draft? Like I said, Andre Cisco, like I said, from seeing the tape on him, like I said, Syracuse whooped our ass this year, and he was a big reason why. But just seeing him in the drills, like just him and the focus on him, he stands out pretty well. Hell, like I said, J2 Finley, like I said, Alex Edwards been he done spammed that name so much. I went and took a look at him. Like I said, he definitely kind of give you that Star to Tua Louis type of vibe as far as kind of being like that big guy that's kind of violent on the field on that defensive line.
Again, but those enforcers.
Yeah.
Enforcers.
But yes. But one guy that's sticking out to me a lot that I don't really hear a lot of people talking about is Boogie Basham, bro, out of Wake Forest.
He is interesting. He is interesting.
It's just something about his motor. I see motor. I see don't give up in him. Like he got the size that you want for like he has like the size for like a multiple type of defense as far as 4-3 and 3-4 in. They're about 6'4", 290. So, but he got a motor on him and he doesn't give up on plays. And those are the type of guys that really stand out to me. Another one that kind of stands out to me, Sante Samuel Jr. Small as hell. But you could tell that's his daddy's son. You could tell that's his daddy's son out there.
You can't teach them anything. That's ingrained into your DNA, bro. That's DNA all the way.
You can tell that's his daddy's son, because he take chances out there. He'll get burnt a couple times. He's small, but he will take chances. And like I said, and with this culture, and like ATM 34.5 said earlier about Calvin really representing this soft ass culture as far as him running sideways and shit. Like I said, this is like Asante Samuel Jr. is kind of like one of those guys that will be a cornerstone in a culture change as far as being aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, can you imagine Andre Cisco and Asante Samuel Jr. in the same draft?
Oh boy, with AJ Terrell on the other side.
Yo.
You got Isaiah Oliver, who's absolutely no joke at that slot corner. Yeah. He's physical. Whoo, that'd be nasty.
Yes, and even the guy Drew said, the guy from what was it from Florida? I always forget his name for some reason.
Which one?
UCF. The guy from UCF.
Richie Grant.
Richie Grant. Could I be sometimes getting him confused with Deion Grant? Names sound alike. But yeah, like I said, those are kind of like guys. If you be able to get those type of guys, or you can get a Boogie Basham in this draft class with any one of the combination of those three guys, that's a definite culture change right there. Hey, I'm up for it. Like I said, them guys kind of stand out to me, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at defense, bro. We need to get back. We need to get back to that 98 damn Falcons team where defense was leading this motherfucking chart. Defense around the ball was leading this damn team. Of course, you had 2 1,000-yard receivers.
You gotta get.
You remember Jamal Anderson ran that route 410 times.
Whew, boy. They couldn't stop. They couldn't stop that man.
And as much as we love Chuck Smith was the reason why Lester Archambault led the team in sacks. Let's keep a buck on that.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get back to
that. Shout out to big homie Chuck, man. One of my first real interview, man. That dude, y'all got to get that man some love on Twitter, man. Go ahead and check him out. You guys got family that think that they can be, take their game to the next level, man. And as a defensive end, a defensive lineman, go check him out. Tell everybody, go check out Chuck Smith, man. He got a school, and I'm telling you, he is great. He is great. He not only gets high school, college, NFL, he gives back to everybody. That dude is the real deal. So check out Chuck Smith, man.
Yeah. Wallace Smith asked, would you play Samuel on the outside or slot corner because of his size? I'll play him outside. Remember, we've seen a couple corners that was kind of small down here in Atlanta that did things. Ray Buchanan was not a big guy. Brett Grimes wasn't a big guy. And one of my favorite corners in the NFL at that time, Antoine Winfield, was a small guy, but he hit your ass like he was a linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
So it just depends. It just depends on I'll take him. I'll put him on outside. Let's see. We got any more questions coming up on here?
I honestly don't care. It's like I think that's when you get yourself in trouble when you just try to put corners on one particular side. Like,
right.
What makes defense, what makes defenses special is that you every once in a while you got guys like Revis Island, but Revis Island don't work in this current NFL anymore because they're not going to throw to that side. They're just going to run trip sets so they can take mismatch. So Revis Island, that shit don't work anymore. Like coaches have they've gotten so smart as far as like knowing how to get the receivers and backs open. It's like guys like Sean Payton, they ain't gonna throw to his side. All they gonna do is run pick plays in the slot and just they gonna force the ball to him. They not worried about him. So you doing them a favor by putting him on one particular side. So like that's why Isaiah Oliver made a transition, made an easy transition, and he played much better once the Falcons took him off that with the right side of the field. When they took him off the right side of the field, put him in the slot, you didn't know he was going to be on this side of the slot or this side of the slot. He played much better because team didn't know where he was going to be. That's the beauty of having. This is the reason why I wanted a guy like Don Martindale, Rex Ryan, and a Dean P. These guys are going to send blitzes from everywhere. You don't know when and where they're going to come, how they're going to come, where he's going to put his safety, he's going to send a safety. You don't know anything. This dude will send anybody and do everything. That's what makes defenses special. So I don't like when you pretty much just shorten. I don't like when you kind of give your you tip your hand as far as like this guy's going to be on this side of the field. You tip your hand. You give the offense the offense time to react. They know the type of plays to call instead of forcing the offensive coordinator to really think during the game. We don't make that's the one thing about Dan Quinn defense. We never forced the offensive coordinators to think. They knew going in the Falcons were going to do this and they were going to do that. That's how they took advantage of our players. And that's why I said with Isaiah Oliver, everybody said Isaiah Oliver he sucked, but he sucked because Dan Quinn wasn't making no adjustments.
Right. All right, Drew, we got a question right here from Tony Wright. He said, who should we sign as our backup quarterback? Currently, we don't have one. And I think I know where you're about to go with this one because I think you said it before and then the news came out.
Yeah. Well, I was about to say your favorite line, Kevin. We don't.
Damn, no.
There you go. That's my favorite line. We don't. Hey, we don't. Hey, look. When it comes to the quarterbacks, at the end of the day, I'm not too worried about the backup quarterback role at this point. I did mention Marcus Mariota on the last show, and it looks like him and the team he plays for now, I think it's the Las Vegas Raiders, they were getting ready to possibly release him because he wanted too much money, or he wasn't willing to take a pay cut. So he could be a guy that's out there. He's a guy I mentioned on the last show, but I've mentioned this as well. In the draft, later on in the draft, a guy like Kellen Mond. Y'all go, that's y'all homework. After the show, go look at Kellen Mond, Texas A&M. He's a guy, he's mobile. He can make all the throws. We don't have to draft him high. He'll still be there probably the third, fourth, fifth round. So he's a guy we can possibly get later on in the draft. We don't need somebody right away. Now, if they decide to go, like as Kstylz said, we don't know. If they decide to go with that fourth pick and take a quarterback, that's just going to show us what they're thinking. Personally, if we want to win a Super Bowl in the near future, I don't think it's wise to take a quarterback high. If we're trying to win, we need to bring in impact players that can come in and give us something immediate, especially on the defensive side of the ball. That's why I continue to say, as much as, the sexy picks are like the Kyle Pitts and, all of these sexy picks, I think Mike said the Instagram models on the last show. Look, man, we need guys that's gonna come in and do their job. We really need the trenches is where we're really struggling as a organization. So that's what I want us. That's what I want us to do is look in the trenches. We need to draft trench players. That should be our number one goal on the defensive line and offensive line. If we solidify that, we'll be fine. As far as the cornerbacks, I've talked about it numerous times. Y'all know what I always say. The trenches, everything starts in the trenches. Games are won and lost in the trenches. So when it comes to backup quarterback, I really don't care who the backup quarterback is. Because they most likely are not going to see the field. But if we're going to go out and draft somebody, Kellen Mond would be the guy I would draft. If we're looking at a veteran-style quarterback, I say Marcus Mariota or whoever's out there, because I really don't even know who's still out there on the list. But Kstylz went through the list last time, and the list wasn't good, y'all. Y'all don't want him to go back through that list. It was a bunch of journeyman quarterbacks. Yeah, it was journeyman. It was a bunch of journeymen. So hopefully we draft somebody later on in the draft that can come in and learn under Matt Ryan. I think Kellen Mond is the guy we should go with.
God damn, boy. I'm glad me and you had the same pay because last time I said Kellerman, boy, they ripped my ass to shred in this damn check. I got ripped to shred for saying, and this was like about a month ago. They ripped my ass to shred like, boy, what the fuck you talking about?
Look, they ripped my damn video when I said Jamie Newman got some excellent deep ball.
Hey, Kstylz, you know what I think what it is, I didn't mean to cut you off, Mike. What I really think it is they want to look at players that won in college consistently. But it's like, that's why I don't fall for guys that necessarily won a lot in college. You got to go and watch the tape because some guys just have a ton of talent around them. Like personally, I'm not a Tua fan. Like when Tua was coming out, and I know this is not a popular take, but I was the one that was saying like Justin Herbert. I thought he was going to be a guy because I seen him play against Auburn early in the season. I think it was the first game of like 2 years ago. And Justin Herbert looked like one of those dudes that could spin it. I was like, this dude's going to be a good quarterback in the league. But everybody was talking about Tua because he was at Alabama. But it's like, you got to think about it. When they come into the league, he's not going to be throwing to 5 number 1 receivers. You know what I'm saying? Like he had Waddle on his team. He had Devontae Smith on his team. And then usually Alabama has the best offensive line or usually the best offensive line talent. So you got to take all of that into account. And that's why I think people saying no to Kellen Mond because it's like, well, he didn't win nothing at Texas A&M. But you got to look at the players he had around him. It's kind of like a Matt Ryan situation. He was playing at Boston College. He didn't win a lot at Boston College because the guys around him. But he still was a great quarterback. He's about to be a Hall of Famer. But if you go look at his stats in college or how many wins and losses he had, and that's why we always tell, basically you can't base a position off wins and losses. We always talk about that. And that's the biggest divide with the Atlanta Falcons fan base and the Matt Ryan haters or the people that don't like Matt Ryan. They want to base everything off of wins and losses. And you can't do that. You got to break down the tape of the player. Look at the player as an individual. Don't look at the guys because he benefits from the guys around him as well. And that's what a lot of these quarterbacks, we're falling into that same trap. It's a reason why Ohio State quarterbacks usually don't pan out. It's because they're playing with the best talent around them. Usually their receivers are the best receivers or the fastest receivers. They have all the top, 5-star recruits. They usually have the best guys in the trenches. So Kellen Mond, I advise you guys, go look at his tape. A lot of people didn't think Pat Mahomes was going to be a good quarterback either. But Andy Reid did his homework because he was another guy. Didn't win a lot in college at Texas Tech. But when he came into the league, he had all the tools. He could throw the ball, the deep ball. He was mobile, a lot like Kellen Mond. I'm not calling him Pat Mahomes, but go look at the man tape. He can make the throws and he's mobile. So get a man a chance before y'all to say, no, he wasn't good in college. No, his team wasn't good. He was good.
Yeah. Devon Stanford, yes, I remember saying Kellen Mond. That was, if you go back to the episode with Will McFadden and we had the show afterwards, I said Kellen Mond. If you look down that chat, yeah, I was getting ripped to shreds for saying that name. I was making fun of Felipe Franks. Sorry ass mother. But yeah, like I said, you just hit a point that I was gonna make about Patrick Mahomes and Tech because as we know, Texas Tech is not known for winning games. They were the Hawaii of the South. Hold on, wait a minute. Richie Grant said, "What do you think about a 1-year deal for Dez Bryant?"
Oh no!
Hell no!
Oh no!
Oh man! Man, if this was like 4 years ago, I'd say yes to that. Right now, I don't know. Because we still got Laquan Treadwell. It's basically the same thing.
Right.
Without the injuries. We don't need no more injured players, dog.
Right.
Exactly. But yeah, let's see. We got any more questions? Everybody talking about Dez Bryant, like hell no. Oh man. Let's see who else we got here. Oh, Ghost Pepper. He gave an interesting scenario that he said if Mike Smith had Kyle Shanahan as his OC, do you think we would have won the Super Bowl?
That's a good question. Hey, that's a good question. But I really think like if y'all, a lot of people forget in 2012 we was a pass interference away from being in the Super Bowl. So, and I believe we would have beat the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Just keep it real and keep it a buck. In 2012, we should have won. We should have won the Super Bowl in 2012. But that, to me, the 2012 team is dang near a top 5. They're one of my favorite Atlanta Falcons teams. Like if you talk about the 2016 team, the 98 team, the 2012 team, people forget how deep that roster was. You had Matt Ryan, Tony Gonzalez, Roddy White, Julio Jones, Michael Turner. Man, that team was loaded. And then on defense, you had guys that were injured, like Brent Grimes we talked about. He had an Achilles injury that year. But we still had some solid guys on the defense. Willie Moe, Sean Witherspoon. We had guys, man. We had guys on that defense. So Johnny Abraham was on that team. Like that team was loaded. Peters, Babineau. Yeah, Corey Peters, Babineau. Like we had some guys on that squad. To be honest, I really think that team would have, if they would have gotten to the Super Bowl, I really think that they would have beat Ray Lewis and those guys because that team was stacked. Like it was no stopping them on offense. You remember how we went up like what 21-0? I think it was. It was something crazy. We had
and Harry Douglas dropped that wide open pass that could have been a touchdown.
Yeah, man. That team was loaded. I forgot Jacquizz Rodgers. He was another guy people don't talk about, man. Jacquizz Rodgers was a problem. As a scat back, that dude was small, but he ran physical, dog. So, yeah, man, that team was loaded. That's one of my favorite Falcons teams. Todd McClure at the center position. Like, man, we was loaded. That team was loaded.
The one boo-boo on that whole team was Thomas Day Cool, sorry ass.
You won't gonna let that slide.
I'm not letting that slide, bro. I'm not letting that slide at all.
Hey, I think Asante Samuel Sr. was on that team too.
Yeah, he was on that team. That was D-Block. Yeah, Asante Samuel.
So like I'm saying, we had a squad, bro. That team was loaded.
And Concussion Shawty was on that team too. Most people don't know who Concussion Shawty is. That's what I call Donta Robinson.
Yeah, I called him the Headless Horseman. After that hit with on Deshaun Jackson when he tried to end both of their careers. Yeah.
Right.
That dude didn't give up.
He didn't do shit. And I saw somebody in here. He actually had asked the question earlier. I didn't get to it, but I'm trying to find out who it was. I'm about to say, y'all go ahead and keep going. I'm finna try to find it. God knows. Oh yeah, here we go. Keyshawn Vlad. Like I said, I'm gonna quickly answer this, but we got an actual plan for this type of question right here. He basically asked why you think the Atlanta Hawks are not getting no attention on ESPN because the NBA does not like Trae Young. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Let me say they got their fingers so far up, 23, and the boy in Dallas, he got their fingers so far up they behind, they don't want anybody else to shine. Period, point blank. They are the narrative for ESPN and the NBA is to overthrow Michael Jordan as the king of the hill. That's all they care about. Anybody. It's not just Trae Young. I mean, you look at the boy in Cleveland, Sexton. He playing good. He got LaMelo. Melo, I think he just broke his wrist, but he playing. He got all these players playing. Booker. Booker is an absolute star who will get no credit whatsoever. Their narrative is to crown LeBron James as the GOAT, the person who overthrew Michael Jordan. All right, that's it. Even Steph Curry. Steph Curry is still balling right now. He don't get no love, bro. None. The man get no love. But the narrative for them is to put LeBron James on top of the hill. That's all they care about. This is why the NBA is suffering when it comes down to the views. I think it's down to like the 9-8 million views because of the viewership. They ruining their own product because all they want to do is talk about LeBron James. Look, the man been playing down there
20, 30, never 20 years, okay? It's time to crown somebody else. It's time to crown these young guys like Trey Sexton, LaMelo. Let these guys have their spot. I'm tired of them talking about goddamn Luka. Luka is a good player, but he ain't great. Luka ain't great.
Right.
Let's just be real.
Hey, look.
Around him, go ahead.
Let me say it like this. They want LeBron to be the greatest of all time, and they want Luka to overtake LeBron.
Bam! There's a go.
Narrative.
I was about to say that, but Kstylz took it. That's it.
That's all it is. It's. I mean, you call Luka Doncic Luka legend after year 2. That says everything. You didn't see that promo they cut after his rookie year?
I did not. That went over my head. I did not see that. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But like I said, we're going to go ahead and wind this show down for tonight. Like I said, we appreciate everybody contributing in the chat. Like I said, if I ain't get a chance to shout your name out, just know we appreciate you being in here as always. Like I said, you can still leave comments in this chat. We come back. Might answer them in a video or so and give us some material to do. Like I said, y'all got something y'all want to plug before I get my plug on? I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna go ahead and start it with the man of the hour, Mr. Jew Talk Sports. What you got for him?
Yeah.
I appreciate everybody getting your boy to 1K. Look, now I told him the new goal is 100K. So we need about 99,000, dog. That's the next goal. We shooting for 1K. Look, now we shooting for the sky. But I just appreciate each and every one of you guys for continuing to tune in every time we go live. Like we said, we don't just make up Atlanta Falcons Nation. Y'all make up Atlanta Falcons Nation. We just try to give y'all, like I said, the stats, the facts, and the truth. Forget all of the narratives. We're going to give you guys the truth about Atlanta sports in general. And we just appreciate Kstylz for letting me kick it with him on Mondays. Like I said, he's the star of the show. So I really appreciate him allowing me to join. And let's get ready for a great season. I really think in this 2021 season, I'm excited, man. I'm getting excited about this draft. I know we're supposed to be going live during the draft. So I'm super excited, man, to see what the Falcons do. Because like we said, they're doing a good job of not showing their hand. And that's what you're supposed to do as a GM. We want somebody to trade up and give us the farm for that 4th pick. So Terry Fontenot doing a good job of keeping all these narratives out there. Maybe we will take Kyle Pitts with that number 4 pick. Maybe we will take one of these quarterbacks. We don't want them to know what we're doing with our hand. So we playing our hand right. He playing his hand right. When you playing cards, you don't want somebody to know what you got in your hand. So we doing a good job because we want to get the most bang for our buck. We want to get 3 number ones if we can get it. We want to get as many picks as we can get. I think that the front office is doing a good job of not letting anybody know or spoil it for us of what we're trying to do as far as with this new regime. I love what we're doing. So y'all stay tuned to my channel, Jew Talk Sports, Atlanta Falcons Nation. The next goal is to get us to 1K. Atlanta Falcons Nation, last time I checked, I think it was around 930-ish. So, hey, look, we need about 70 more people to go hit that subscribe button for us, get us to that illustrious 1K. But with that being said, I'm going to kick it back over to you guys. But I appreciate y'all having me on. Like I said, stay tuned. Go check out my last video I just dropped today about Kyle Pitts and if we should draft him or not. I dropped some gems on there. And I'm going to have a lot more coming for you guys as the draft approaches. We got a lot more to talk about, especially once the draft happens. Then we can start chopping up some things and letting you know what we're going to do. You know, what type of schemes we're looking at. But with that being said, I'm going to kick it over to you guys.
Okay, Kstylz, what you doing, bro?
Hey, it's wax on and wax off. Like I said, they need to know. There's a process to all this. All right, Miss Maggie T, go ahead and plug away.
Plug away. Well, he already kind of hit it on the head with go ahead and subscribe to Atlanta Falcons Nation. We are really trying to get to 1K before the draft. We definitely are trying to get there. We appreciate everybody that's tuned in to us, as well as go on over to Miss Maggie T's channel. That's MS Maggie T. I'm just trying to get to 400. That's really what I'm trying to get to right about now. But I appreciate you guys tuning in, as well as outside of sports. Excuse me, people. I have Lush Exchange on Lush Exchange YouTube, as well as Matt Mike's channel on Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We talk about all the good, juicy, sexy shit on that show. Just letting y'all know. So,
and what's this week episode gonna be about?
Well, it's not going to be about sex or nothing like that. It's going to be about, actually, it's going to be a series episode this time. It's going to be about bullying and, peer pressure and things like that, so we're going to kind of get deep with that topic, so we're going to tone it down just a little bit and talk about a little bit about that, because there's a lot of peer pressure in his teens and things like that. Bullying in the cyber world as well as adults. So we're going to get into a lot of that on the episode. And how can you be on the show? You just got to hit me up, sir. Hit me up on Miss Maggie's. Let me put my email in the chat. Or you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Miss Maggie T. You can find me. I'm everywhere. So I'm going to put my email in the chat. So anybody else want to join the show, let me know. Hit me up on social media. I will find you. That's all I got. That's really just people, get us to 1,000. We appreciate you guys. We just trying to get the mic numbers. That's all we try to do. If 109 of y'all now that's watching, go ahead and hit that subscribe. We'll be in there like swimwear. So let's go.
All right. Bad Mike Sports. If you see the name on there, said the Mad Ryan Lover. Go ahead and plug it over.
Y'all need to introduce me from now on. The Matt Ryan Lover. You gotta say it like that. We gotta say it like that. You gotta put that.
You've been getting some hate mail, Mike.
Hey man, look, I kind of like it. I like it because it gives me an opportunity to do this. All right, hey, man, I got too much energy. Probably this tea right here. It's strong Arizona tea. All right, Arizona tea. Hey man, we need a sponsorship for that one. Hey man, hey man, just hit us up, man. Hit us up on AFN, man. We're trying to get to 1,000. All right, Miss Maggie, the boss. All right, she is the boss of this whole operation. She made sure that I first and foremost stay out of trouble, because I kind of have the every once in a while I might say something crazy. I might call somebody stupid. I might call them an idiot. Look, God ain't through with me yet. He ain't through with me yet. So go ahead and check out AFN, man. Help us get to that 1K. But all y'all Matt Ryan haters, y'all can still eat a. That's all I have to say about that.
Thank you for censoring that. Thank you, Mike.
Okay. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna close it out here. Like I said, Marco Polo. Hold on. He said call him what? Hold on. He got it right here. Yeah, Marco Polo. Like I said, hey, like everybody in here, we appreciate y'all tuning in for us tonight. Like I said, make sure you subscribe to the Just Kstylz channel. I am 785 away from 1,000. Trying to keep up with these people here. Miss Maggie T, make sure you put the Discord in the chat so these people go ahead, check out that Discord. Like I said, make sure you follow your boy
I'm glad you said that, sir.
J Rock for life on the Twitch. Like I said,
J Rock.
So you do that. And guess what, people? We might do 2 episodes of Just Kick with Kstylz on a weekly basis. We might do that. Yes. The only difference is the other show is probably going to talk about more about sports around the world, not just the Atlanta Falcons. So If y'all want us to do that, y'all go ahead and leave us a thumbs up in the chat if you want us to do that.
Leave a comment right now on who the team y'all want us
That's
to cover.
we're definitely talking about. We want to do a show where we're going to start talking about the Atlanta Hawks and things like that. So we're definitely getting ready to stir up some new stuff outside of just the Atlanta Falcons because we love our A team. Oh yeah. Jew Talk Sports can talk about his Cavs, so it's gonna be an all-around sports show. So just get ready for that.
Right,
and Miss Maggie T love her Hawks, so that's right up my alley, people.
Yeah. Like I said, we do Hawks. Like I said, you can do Cavs, you can do whatever team we talk about was hot there. Like I said, I'm big on Atlanta United because most people don't know I'm a soccer fan, and we're all and like I said, a lot of us are Braves fans too. So you're gonna get some of that stuff. Yeah, we definitely gotta get on that.
Yeah, because we're trying to ramp up to be back in contention. So
right.
I'm ready to see what they got to do. Dude, let me put this on Discord in the chat for y'all peoples.
Right. So yeah, like I said, if you want us to do, go ahead. We probably working up on it, but like I said, if you definitely want us to do a second show dealing with all sports, like I said, you even leave a thumbs up, you leave a comment, let us know about it, about the Atlanta Dream. Like I said.
Oh yeah, Atlanta Dream, all of that. You know what? I'm actually trying to get some Dream players or former and all of that on the show. Like I really want to push us women, so I definitely want to try to get some of those interviews and things like that going. Definitely, people. So,
and since you said Atlanta Dream, I want to say this before, congratulations to Renee Montgomery for being a part owner of the Atlanta Dream, getting that team away from that thumb with a nose Kelly Lofters punk ass. Oh. Devon said, y'all, we doing karaoke.
Oh,
might as well. You never know.
I don't know. We got in trouble last time we tried to do that.
When?
Facebook hated on us, girl. You forgot about that?
Not talking about my karaoke. Oh. We're talking about the film breakdown karaoke. You can do covers. You just can't do like the original song and all that, play that because, Facebook be tripping and stuff. So
yeah,
but you can sing a cover. We're gonna get some Just Kstylz Popeye's chicken music going.
Yeah, like I said. So instead of singing "We Are the Champions" by Queen, you could sing the Crazy Frog version of it. See, it's a cover. It's not a technical song.
I would love to do that again, though. I actually was doing karaoke on my Facebook pages, and yeah, that was fun.
Hating on G. They hating. Screw Facebook.
You see why I don't never promote my Facebook because I'm not on there.
We could probably, you know what? We could probably do it on Twitch, though.
Yeah, Twitch sound like that'd be a lot of fun to do it.
We can do some karaoke on Twitch. Let me hit up what's the name? J-Rock. See what we can set that up because I would love to actually do some karaoke. Be karaokeing and watching the draft at the same time. Be in here serenading folks. Who's coming in at the 4?
At number 4, we getting blank. Is he gonna be good? We don't know.
The whole last session into a damn karaoke.
Ain't nobody else doing it though.
And we're gonna tell you guys what our draft spread gonna be because we're gonna have everybody eating the same stuff. We're gonna be in here tailgating on the show.
You're gonna be virtual tailgate. Oh yeah, like I said, make sure y'all tune in for draft night because that's where y'all really gonna want us to be at.
Oh yeah, because that's uncut, unfiltered.
Oh yeah, because I forgot Kojak Nantucket said he might have to stop his donations because he got to take care of some family business with money. Like I said, you gotta do what you gotta do, homie.
We missed the donation, people. Let's get back to Kojak. Y'all missed the donation.
Oh, I didn't even see it. I didn't even know we missed the donation.
We so sorry.
We sorry, man. We is sorry, homie. Like I said, you still homie, regardless of anything. I think we got caught up in talking about what the fuck was we talking about? Oh yeah, talking about LeBron James and Luka and all this propaganda shit they got going on with the NBA. We got caught up. My bad, homie.
We sorry about that, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of comments in here. We apologize. We really can't catch all of it.
Exactly.
It's a lot of these people in here. So we apologize, charged to the game. Hey,
Exactly.
Whatever it is, we can always put it back. You know what I'm saying? If it's, if it is what it is, we appreciate you though.
Yeah. We appreciate everybody. We appreciate everybody. Hey, like I said, make sure y'all get Atlanta Falcon Nation to the 1K. Damn it.
He said he was leaving. Oh, okay. We really missed something then. We'll go back.
Yeah, we missed it. Like I said. But like I said, we gonna be on it next time. Like I said, the interaction is so good.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, you take care of that family first, bro. That's all that matters. You take care of that family.
Oh yeah, definitely. We appreciate you being a member, but hey, family comes first, and bills got to be paid. Absolutely. Just tune in. That's all we care about. A view is also paying us. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't even realize that. So you putting a like, a view, whatever, sharing this content, that's free.
Shit, some folks a thumb down is just as good as a thumbs up. Shit.
Any type of interaction, we appreciate you. So we apologize for missing your comment. It's just so many.
Right.
Oh yeah, and y'all tune into them Hawks tonight, people. It's gonna be a late show. It's gonna be watching me, but we appreciate people. Get those thumbs up, people. But let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and count down to the draft night, people. We're gonna tell y'all what we eating, and so y'all can eat with us.
Exactly.
And maybe we can have somebody special on. That's what I'm really trying to aim towards. Like I want a special guest in the house to watch with us. Might have to revisit some old players. Maybe.
She's hitting the DMs.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be hitting them DMs. Sure, I might even have somebody like, I might invite Will McFadden or somebody back. Whoever. I just want to see some, I want to just have an all around just great time. Definitely. And I think it's going to probably be a lot of us on this show because draft night is big. Definitely. Right. So it's going to be a lot of crying and people in their feelings. So get your tissues ready.
Yeah. So what do we tell them, Mike? You ain't got to go home.
But you got to get up.
Until the next episode of Kicking It with Kstylz.
Thought you was gonna make an announcement about something coming up. I was waiting on it the next time.
No. That's what. Hey,